It was a typical Sunday morning at Lakewood Church, one of the largest megachurches in the United States, where thousands of worshipers had gathered for prayer and worship. Families filled the pews, parents held their children close, and the atmosphere was filled with voices lifting in praise. But within moments, that peace was shattered by the chilling sound of gunfire. A woman, later identified as 36-year-old Janice Moreno, entered the church, her 7-year-old son walking beside her. Dressed in a long trench coat, she moved purposefully through the crowd before suddenly pulling out a rifle. The serene morning erupted into chaos as people screamed and scrambled for cover. Some dropped to the floor, while others ran toward the exits, desperate to escape the unfolding nightmare. The church had off-duty law enforcement officers stationed inside as part of their security protocol. The moment the gunshots rang out, they reacted swiftly, drawing their weapons and engaging the shooter. Gunfire echoed through the sanctuary as bullets were exchanged. The woman continued to fire recklessly, showing no regard for the lives around her. Tragically, in the midst of the gunfire, her 7-year-old son was critically injured. Within moments, the off-duty officers managed to neutralize the threat, shooting and killing the woman before she could cause any further harm. The church fell into an eerie silence, broken only by the cries of the injured and the frantic calls for help. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, tending to the wounded and securing the area. As investigators arrived, the shocking details of the case began to emerge. Authorities soon discovered that Moreno had a long history of mental health issues and prior interactions with law enforcement. Further investigations revealed disturbing clues that suggested she had planned the attack in advance, including concerning social media posts and a cache of additional ammunition she had brought with her. Her 7-year-old son, who had accompanied her into the church that morning, was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. His fate hung in the balance as doctors worked tirelessly to save his life. Meanwhile, officials worked to piece together the motive behind the attack, questioning family members and digging into Moreno's troubled past. In the aftermath of the tragedy, church leaders, including Pastor Joel Osteen, spoke out about the horrific incident, expressing their grief and support for the victims. They assured the congregation that Lakewood Church would remain a place of worship and faith, despite the senseless violence that had taken place within its walls. As the community struggled to process the trauma, one question remained unanswered. Why